No mai haere mai. Welcome into Massey Park, Papakura for Counties Manukau Stingrays taking on the Akarana Falcons in the men's Premiership. I'll tell you what, it's been a long week waiting for this one, but the day has arrived. Anthony Gelling here, joined by Rugby League royalty in the commentary box, Mr. Monty Beetham. Brother, how are you?
Very good, Jello. Great to be here. I've been admiring your work from afar, and now I get to be in the seat right next to you. How's that? A treat today.
Well, mate, we're cooking up a dynamic duo for the people. And there's some of the people. Uncle pulling up on the bike. How you doing? Everybody who's somebody is here today. And this is how things have been going so far. Counties last week down at Forsyth Bar, Otago. Taking down the Otago Whalers, who have been a surprise package, not just last year, but this year too. They've carried on some great form. It was 12 men of Counties.
Well, Joey Price, you've seen him feature a few times then. Wonderful play in the middle of the park. Opportunity to play with the ball, but also just have a presence. Dynamic runs. Also Walter Fafita.
Yeah, some star-studded lineups, as you can see in this little left-to-right play here from Akarana. This was one of the tries of the day as they took down Waikato in their own backyard, Rest Hills Park, Hamilton. A big Richmond contingent that we're going to talk about as this game goes on. Waterworth there scoring a try. 80 minutes from the back rower last week. The two sides. These are their results from the competition so far. Counties 2 out of 2 yet to take on the former champions of last year, Auckland Vulcans, but the Akarana Falcons, they're 1 out of 2, picking up their first win against Waikato. So as it stands, this is where it leaves us points-wise. Counties Manukau sitting pretty on top there with the Auckland Vulcans. 2 wins out of 2. Akarana mid-table along with Otago. Waikato and Bay of Plenty still chasing their first win. And this is the Counties side, Monty, that we've been talking about during the build-up. Big Papakura contribution into this team. Anyone in there stand out for you?
Oh, when you're talking about big, I go to the flanks. I'm talking about Walter Fafita, what he's able to do with the ball. High, gets up early and can take and diffuse situations. Also just come down with that ball to score tries. And Sosamia, Lawso Samia, both guys come out of their own end. Absolute force, big, strong. They start the sets off well. So I think guys who can start it and finish makes the side very dangerous.
Yeah, well, they got some stallions out wide. We spoke to their coach, Ruka Loza, moments earlier.
Well, Ruka, 2 from 2 in the competition so far. How pleased are you with the way the team's running?
Yeah, going good. Obviously, a couple of things we need to work on after the last few weeks, but happy to get a couple of wins and looking forward to today, bro.
And good performance last week because you went down to 12 players just midway through that first half against a pretty gritty Otago team.
Yeah, discipline's letting us down at the moment. We're doing well to stay in the games and get to a lead, but yeah, discipline is a big focus of ours this week and maintaining momentum as well. Like we get off to a good start and some silly areas creep into our game, so we need to be on those things today, bro.
And Akarana were good last week against Waikato, and so what are you expecting them to bring today?
Oh, mouth-watering clash today. Looking forward to the game. Akarana, obviously, big threats all over the park. And the boys are looking forward to the challenge. It's been a good week of just nullifying some areas where we need to be good at today. So, and the sun's out today, bro, so hopefully play some good footy.
Yeah, sun's out, good track, good game, hopefully.
Absolutely, bro. Looking forward to it.
He's a sharp customer, old Ruka Loza, fresh haircut, nice shades. He's always business, and this is who they're taking on today. It's the Auckland Falcons side, who there's a lot to like about this team, starting with their captain, Brodie Tomaru, in the 13. And, of course, the 9 combination that they got going, Monty. Lonnie Papani coming off the bench. There's a lot of threat there.
Yeah, Navajo Doyle, who starts this match, and although he's in there, jumper 25 in the 9, the hooking role, we know what he does at the back, fullback for this New South Wales Cup side. He's a guy that's experienced, he's got speed to burn, and his versatility across a number of positions make it very mouth-watering for a coach to have him on his side.
And their coach is Philip Gordon. We spoke to him earlier too.
Well, Phil, how's the team shaped up this week?
Kia ora team. Yeah, no, we've brought a couple of new guys into the squad this week. Been hit by injuries and a few other things, but we're looking good. had a good run on Thursday together, and yeah, it'll be good. Good contest today.
Lost first up, win last week. Feel your team's growing into the competition?
I think so. You know, like it's very much a development team again this year. Like with sort of 2 teams coming out of the Akarana franchise, we've had to really dig into the depth of our clubs, and it's been a real great opportunity for some young players to come through and experience footy at this level.
And you're up against a pretty big Counties Manukau team today. What's the approach going to be?
I think the good thing about Counties is that they're never little, so within that context, you know, we've just had to be reflective of how we want to play today, and it's, you know, real critical that we stick to our plan and our processes, and try and be, you know, the very best version of ourselves as footballers today, to represent, you know, Akarana proudly, but and our friends and our families and our clubs, you know, we really want to do them proud as well.
Well, all the best for today's game, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, Philip Gordon there talking about some of the new guys they're bringing through. Can't go past Chaz Brown. He's not a new guy. Familiar face there in the number 3 jersey. There's your weather for today. 18 degrees here in Papakura. Not a cloud in sight at the moment, but the wind might blow some back our way as our sides now take the field.
He's not wrong about big, is he?
Nah, not at all.
Big hair as well, and I'm not one to speak about hair normally.
Well, there's some size on both sides. It's almost the pot calling the kettle black here. Some big boys on both sides. Oh, Mikey Seal, little cameo at the back.
Talk about knowledge of the game and IP. To have someone like that carrying the water, bringing on the messages. A man who's been there, done it before, and a leadership role I may add to it, the Warriors.
He's a fountain of experience, Mikey Seal. So a referee for today, Paki Parkinson, joined with by Corey Jal and Lau Pauvali, the sidelines. They make up a nice little trio, these 3. No stranger to working together, of course. A Wednesday night league, always a key feature of the week. And there he is, Chaz Brown. Got arms the size of legs, that guy. There's Counties now getting set up. Looks like they're going to kick off. Coach Rukaloza, he mentioned one of the key focuses for this week is their discipline. And another one was controlling momentum. How do you get the momentum going to start the game?
Big men like this, you know, you get there, you isolate defenders, you get one-on-one situations, and you find elbows and knees, and you play the ball. It's as simple as that, as quick as you can. If you've got that enthusiasm to do that, the next carry who comes gets even more joy. And big men on both sides, that's how you start the momentum.
Yeah, not easy to contain once they get going. Desmond Tifoy, he'll be the number 9 for Counties today. Look for him to direct those big boys around the middle. So, starting the game on the wrong side of the field.
Is that like getting out of bed on the wrong side? Hopefully that's not an omen for the game we see tonight. Beautiful weather, beautiful conditions, and big athletes. So let's hope for the best.
So James Dowie to get us underway. He puts that one up into that 18-kilometre wind that we mentioned. Waterworth, first carry of the day. And I'll tell you what, Rukaloza speaking about discipline as their main focus of the week. And they start the game with a high tackle.
Yeah, well, the intention is clear from the start. You've got to be strong. We spoke about momentum. How do you get that momentum? Both teams looking for that early, but this just eases the pressure and gets you out of your own end. Waterworth going in there nice and strong. Met by big men from Counties Manukau.
Well, it was Fui Maono with the high shot. He's about half his height, so I'm impressed that he could even get up that high for the high shot. But here they are now on tackle 2, the Falcons. And there they go, a little bit of redemption now.
And Joey Price, we saw in the highlights before the game what he could do with the ball. This time defensively for a side, he forces the error. You know, just when you think Falcons started really well, get out of their own end with the penalty, you go into contact like this, and it's Joey Price. There's a number of the boys in the tackle actually. Bit of a loose carry, maybe a hand there too, Jello.
I think there's definitely a hand, but you got to hold on to those, don't you? Great work there from Joey Price. Keep your eye on him as this game goes on. Always so niggly up the middle. So from the centre of the park, Counties split their attack 3 and 3. And here's a nice little run up over halfway to start their set off. Tufui finding his runners now, taking them up towards the 30. It's Tamarua and Waterworth at marker. So the whistle's gone, but only to take it back half a step as he's off the mark. Tafoya, dummy half. He's got Joey Price on his left. That's the way he goes. Nice little play out the back here. It's Dowie showing and going. He's 12 out from the line now, taken down by Tafua. So Counties, Arthur Crichton, he calls for the ball. He's got a little shape out right here, goes himself. It's a show and go, links up eventually with his runners, and it's Faimani, the back rower. With 2.5 minutes gone on the clock, Counties over nice and early.
Well, we mentioned that, you know, it's going to be a hard day at the office if you just give this side too much ball, too big, too strong. You saw Tufui have a bit of work to do, but the show and go from Crichton, he busts through the line, has a number of people and options there. Chooses the big man to get across the line, as you mentioned, headgear and all. Osese Faimani gets the first one for the day. Could be first of many, I tell you what, if they're unable to repel them, turn them away. It just builds the confidence of this Stingray side.
Yeah, they're going to have to muscle up defensively, Akarana. But great work there from Crichton to play through the line. Almost had his defenders looking out back. He decides to go himself before finding support. And James Dowie now with an attempt at goal to push it out to a 6-point lead. And he does just that. The ball sailing through nicely. Flag up from Lau Paavale.
Have a look again. Once again, you mentioned Crichton going to the line, just carries it nice and late with the show, little dip of shoulders. Faimani knows that if he just pushes through the line, get out of the way, no obstruction there, he's also going to be in position to potentially back up if there is a break. There was, and he was on to score.
Yeah, I like the work there from Faimani. He almost went past the ball on that lead and then got himself back in position to stay alive. Great attacking football. Akarana get us back underway. Tamarua deep into the back corner. And here they come off the back fence.
Watch Desmond Tufui here and what he does around dummy half. When you've got stragglers in there, he pushes them to make sure they're not aligned so he can run.
So Tamarua at marker doing a great job slowing the ruck down as best he can. So 20 out from the sideline back towards the centre of the park. Crichton, ball finds the ground. He's found the try scorer now, Faimani. Tufui at dummy half on tackle 4. They look to settle one up the middle with Joey Price. Rolled onto his back there. Nice little piece of wrestle from Akarana. And now on the 5th tackle. They kick deep and it's out on the full.
Well, disappointing end to the set, I tell you what, because one ball went to ground when they came out for that right-hand shift. Looked like they had the options to go wide and they would have caused a lot of havoc for the Falcons. But yet they get to a kick, but that one going out on the full really does relieve the pressure that they're trying to build early. This first 6 minutes of the game.
So Akarana with a bit of field position now. So they punch one up the middle through Sione Langatau. Coming off his edge, looking for some work as they go down the short side now. Schuster.
A wonderful feat.
We wanted to see his little goose step last week, Mons. Putting people on ice. So here they come through Lupani Kioa. Started last week on the bench. He's into the starting side this week. Waterworth. So a little bit of interference from the marker, perhaps.
Yeah, both teams a little bit clunky, Jello. Ball going to ground a few times, and this is the third game of the tournament, so it shouldn't be that way. Maybe it's the nerves. It's a big occasion. They know the importance of this one as well.
Well, you could call this a top 3 game. Now, Otago and Bay of Plenty won't like me saying this is a top 3 game because, of course, you know, they want to make a case for themselves to be in that top 3, but you'd have to say Vulcans, Counties, Akarana. Definitely the triangle of competition here as Akarana go wide almost. Joels Baker taken down, 12 out from the line. And here they come, back into the middle, Tamarua. Keep your eyes on him close to the line. He goes to the line, he runs with options. So I think referee backflipped on his decision there. I thought the ball, when he saw the ball come out, I think he initially gave the ruling as a knock on.
I reckon he got a call from the sideline, and it was the right call as well. Versatility of Bucky Parkinson realised that he got the good call. Someone who had better eyes on him than him.
So Doyle goes close. You've got Dion Fraser in the 6th jersey. He's lined up out on the left. He's got runners inside him. He goes with a nice little cutout ball there to Chaz Brown. He's a handful to stop one-on-one. And great D there from Counties. They get up as an edge, they deal with the threat, and they come up with the error.
Yeah, once again, we've mentioned that both sides guilty of it. Ball going to ground, maybe forcing the pass a little bit, but then just the onus on the ball carrier, what they need to do, which is just hold position. Don't get too excited. Realise that you can play the next play. A little bit of a shift out there. Saw an opening, saw a chance. Yeah, this just comes down to just not looking after possession.
Yeah, some ferocious D there on Chaz Brown. Looked like he got a little scratch on his neck. I didn't even know he had a neck. I thought he was just traps the ears.
It was just numbers in, wasn't it?
So here they come now. 12 out from their line. A great chance for Akarana just to squeeze up their D-line. Really make it hard for these big bodies to get out. Easier said than done. So there's an appeal there that the play the ball's too slow. What do you make of those, Monty? Because that's the second time now. Referee hasn't given the penalty, but he's called them to take it back half a step and play it.
I think if I'm a coach, I want the players to fight to play the ball as quick as they can and not try and force the issue or try and milk the penalty. Because you're not always going to get those calls. We've seen early on that's not the case. So what it does, it just delays your momentum, stops your next play the ball getting the positive, strong carry that you deserve. So if I was the coach, never mind the referee, play your game to a T and do your role, do it well.
So Counties with the ball now back on halfway.
Oh, good contact. Oh, he lost it. Well, it's been back and forth, hasn't it, Jello? Your turn, my turn. You carry, I'll smack you. Then I'll carry, you try and smack me. I'm loving this.
Mate, it's been exactly that. And I'll tell you what, the errors that you have seen have come off the back of good defense. People getting their shoulders in there, arms in there. Some good wrestle going to ground, some good contact.
And as we've mentioned at the start of the game, these aren't just your normal people. These are bigger than normal humans that are out there just throwing their weight around. And we've seen that. And it's tit for tat, which I absolutely love. And I'm enjoying so far. Not many points on the scoreboard, but in terms of little contests, they're all over the place.
So 10 minutes gone and there's 6 points the difference. Oh, there's an unforced error.
Lani Graham-Dolfer, tackle 1. That's got to hurt. Phil Gordon's up there in the stands. Be pleased with some of the forced errors that his side is making, just to come away and undo the good work by giving up possession so cheaply.
No, exactly that, mate. This is a county side that hasn't lost this year. So you're going to need as many opportunities on their line as you can to take points. They've been down there once. They were turned away with nothing. And now they're coughing the ball up on halfway, going to make it very, very hard. Great run there from Fui Maono. Plays it on tackle one. Here we go. Counties. Punching up towards the 40. That's money. Some strong D there, but still spinning to find their front. These Counties runners just keep coming one after the other. To Foy, keeps it alive. Oh, there's another one gone to ground. Just about. Counties not scared to keep the ball alive.
Yeah, hard one to take, but the whole idea, it's risk versus reward. But to Foy, he's everywhere. Out of dummy half, he just loves finding an opportunity to run. He realised that one marker wasn't quite on, so he took it off, keeps the ball alive. Once again, he backs up on the inside, as all good hookers should. Pass a little bit low to ground. So if you're the coach, you're out there thinking, boys, I know you're looking at trying to create some pressure by scoring points. Scoreboard pressure is great, but you've got to take some away from the energy tank, and that's by holding position. That's by having multiple sets with the ball.
Speaking of the energy tank, Sione Latu Ngahi in the 21 jersey. He's on the sub bench for Akarana. Exciting stuff for him to come on as what's happened here?
Never Doyle back at the scrum.
Wow.
Drops the ball and he's trying to pass off to his first receiver. If you look at the mistake rate from the Akarana Falcons, the worst thing about it, it's all on the first or second tackles very early on in the sets. So you're not asking anything of the defence or the opposition.
Yeah, and you think of this coming down to a battle of attrition. Of course, you're not taking anything out of the defence by handing the ball over on the first tackle. So Sam Ngati in the 6th jersey, the Manukau man. Strong run there, charging onto it. Is that Fui Maono?
Sosamir, I think, from his wing.
Sosomia, excuse me. So Stedman Lafau, the Papakura captain, he plays it back to Tafoy. Going himself to Foy, just about. He's a metre short. Looks like there's some space out here on the left for Counties, but they go towards the post. Lefort standing still, spins over the line. Has he got it down? Yes, he has. Pucky Parkinson points to the spot. And just when you thought he was held, the big fella gets over for a 4-pointer.
Oh, how big and how strong. There was a number of Falcons in there. I counted 4. When he got up with the ball in hand, they still laid there on the ground. That's how much energy was expended trying to stop him. Lafau, big, strong. Stedman, look at him here. He takes it. It's just a sort of one out. A little bit of a show. Stop-start, really. They're getting ready for the next play, but he refused to dive with the ball. 4 guys in the picture with them. Make that 5, Falcons. They couldn't stop this man with the big hair. Stedman Lafau.
Yeah, it looked like a little breakdown in communication there from the Akaranga Falcons defenders. A bit of you got him, I got him, you got him, I got him.
Yours.
Yours, mine, yours. So James Dowie, 1 from 1, 100%. So conversion is added, 12 points nil. 12 points to nil. Counties leading Akaranga. 15 minutes gone. The Hair Bears walking back, getting ready for another set.
Don't say the Hair Bears. Still gives me nightmares. 2003 prelim final. Joe Ngalavelt, Tony Pulatua, the Hair Bears, the original Hair Bears that just ran amok that day. And of course they went on to win the grand final.
There's a special team back then, and who would have thought, you know, all this time later, Penrith is still leading the charge. Speaking of leading the charge, here he is, the try scorer.
That's a better job defensively on Stedman.
Shoulder in there from Schuster. Susumia. Little shimmy at the line there from Jamal Hunt.
Yeah, some nice feet. Bit of evasion. Two-hand carry, thread of a pass. Now Joey Price has a turn.
Joey Price, no support there on his left.
Always
But
going.
left is where they keep it, especially when the markers are a little bit slow there. Expect Tafoy to jump out every time. Dowie's got his arms free, threatening to offload, but he decides to keep hold. Tafoy, big right foot, splits them up. He links up with Joey Price. 10 metres out now, he's trying to get the ball free. He's got James Dowie. Now the ball's been touched, so it's a fresh set of 6. Tafoy at dummy half. Nice little move back inside to left. Foul! Instant replay. I've seen this before. Copy paste, he's over again.
Well, Jello, it's the same spot. The same blade of grass that he scored last time. 2 times in a row. He's a magician. He goes, which blade of grass is this one? I'll do it again. Watch this. This time, or last time I should say, was off a standing start, but this is the man who's been creating it all, Tafoy. He has been dynamic at a dummy half. Every time there's opportunity to run, he takes it, and he's been threatening. As to Dowie, leading by example through the middle, as all good fullback should. They knew as a player move. He puts the knot on, and he goes, where's that blade of grass? Here it is. Try number 2 for the big man. Lefau. Wonderful start so far for him.
Well, straight at Jules Baker there. Jules Baker, the fullback, he'll be having nightmares about Lefau kicking his bedroom door down. So 20 points to 0. Gotta like that passage of play from Counties. A lot of support. They tried that a few sets earlier. The ball went to ground, but they haven't gone away from it. Absolutely terrorising the middle of the field here for Akarana. Dowie, probably his easiest kick of the day. Dots the I, crosses the T. 22 points to 0. 18 points to 0, sorry. Counties leading Akarana as we approach the 20-minute mark.
Chance of him scoring a hat-trick today, Stephen Lefau. What's your odds,
Oh.
Mr. TAB, man?
Well, it's about, I think, betting suspended on that one. Maybe $1.01. So, very quickly losing their grip on this game. Where do you go to here for Akarana?
Well, first of all, when you do, you got to complete a defensive set of 6. You got to get that ball back, and you got to complete with the ball in hand. Let's see what happens.
Well, getting the ball back, easier said than done. First, you got to stop these guys. So many strong ball runners here for Counties. Stedman Lefau again. So busy already in this contest. Tafoy. He had Price on the short option, but he decided to go out the back to Jamal Hunt. So they've had some joy down this left side already. Looking very structured in their sets. It's almost, you know, a replay of what we've seen already.
If you look at their middle men, Hunt, we've always seen what Stephen Lefau can do, and even Joey Price, wonderful men in the middle of the park with ball playing ability, nice show and goes, and when they run, they do penetrate the line.
So Ngati puts it up into the wind. It's an awkward bounce. It's going to sit up. No, it goes dead. Jules Baker is racing back to get this one on the quick tap. His middle's just half a step off there. That's a killer for the outside backs, isn't it? When you want to get going.
You know, Jules Baker there trying to do his best, taking the effort on effort to get across and make the fast play for his side, and the boys couldn't quite get back. But this is the carry.
So Graham Tolfart, strong carry. And here he is. He's on a little earlier than expected. Lonnie Papani in the 14 jersey. He was a real dynamo for them against Waikato last week.
He's a live wire, plenty of speed. Speed kills, Jello.
Yeah, well, these Counties yet to roll some subs in the middle, so there may be some tired bodies out there for Papani to take advantage of. Sione Latu Ngahe onto the field as well in the 21 shirt. I'm sure he can get some quick play. The ball's off the back of that guy. There's a nice little pass over the top, back inside. Graham Tolfa and Akarana on the board. Against the runner play, perhaps.
Well, you needed that. You definitely do. And the first time you've seen this side and what they can do when they hold the ball up, saw a lot of speed. You mentioned that guy, Lonnie Papani, when he came on. He jumped out a number of times. That time, just taking the marker. You see, there's a nice ball across from Annandale. Graham Tolfa getting across, beating a player inside. Lani Graham Tolfa to get a much-needed try for his side. Gets him back into the contest.
Great try there from Lani. Of course, the twin brother of Moala. Of course, it was a few months before I realised they were twins. I thought I just kept seeing the same guy playing for every team. I thought, man, this guy's everywhere. Good on him. He's playing for 4 teams at the moment. So, Papani to take the kicking duty there. Now, I lost count of how many kicks these guys missed last week. I think it was something like 1 out of 9 or something. Something ridiculous. Wasn't great.
It's always better when you're going up in 6s.
That's it. So, Papani from out wide. It won't be an easy kick. But he's hit it well, straight down the middle. Splits the uprights in 2.
Well, Jello called that a super sub, comes off the bench. He has a number of carries in the set. Really does help in terms of getting the ball down the end when he can score a try for his side. And not only that, he points up to the heavens, but he kicks one from the sideline indeed. That's how you get some confidence back.
Yeah, well, he picked up Glenora's Player of the Year this year, Papani. He also captains a side. It's quite an accomplishment for such a young man. So it's exciting to see where his football goes over the next few months. So Dowie to get us back underway. Yet to see some subs rolling in for Counties.
Oh, that's a shot.
Boom.
Jamal Hunt with the don't argue. Love the contact.
Oh, look at this. That's how you get yourself back on top after conceding points. That was the number 6, Sam Nazi, there with that second tackle. Tell you what, if you can't run at the halves, who do you run at?
Mate, there is
Where do you go?
Guys chopping you in half. You get away from the big man in the middle of the park. You go to what you feel is a spot. You get cut in half.
Get picked up and driven back.
Tough business, rugby league.
So despite the big D there from Counties, Akarana managed to get a penalty.
Well, here's a huge shift in momentum now, isn't it, Jello? And this is exactly what they need now. They need to continue on, get down that end. If they can't score a try, get a back-to-back set against them. Look at it. Here he goes.
Boom.
The first of the 2 big shots you mentioned, that time was from Jamal Hunt.
You love that, don't you? Top of the shoulder contact. So nice ruck control there. Very slow play the ball. Papani sends it right to Tamarua. Spinning. He's always got the offload up his sleeve. Tamarua. This time he keeps hold. Papani. Latu Ngahe tips on. Oh, thought about it then. Dion Fraser pushing up. Sione Ngahe. Speaking of super subs, has he got one?
Denati underneath him. You mentioned how these halves can put a shot on that time too defensively. Crichton and Nati good with the ball in hand, that time diffusing the situation.
Getting under the big bodies there. Here they go. Baker standing. Thought about going back to the open and he cuts back to the short side. Dancing around before he's wrapped up there by Joey Price. Brought to the ground. Papani goes left. Threatens to grub as a big hole inside. And Papani, he's been on a roll since he's come on. This time, getting it done over the try line. 18 points to 10, kick to come. 25 minutes gone in this one. Akarana.
Oh, you just have a look straight away between marker and A. There was a huge gap, so they're coming back through. Joey Price tries to stop it, but second marker couldn't get across. That's Lea foul. So what that means is the guy who's been terrific since coming on, Loni Papani, like a Falcon, he just swoops on in. Try time.
It was a massive gap there in the middle of the field. It was County's defenders. I don't know if it was a wide 2 pass from Akarana perhaps, made the defender come all the way back towards the post, but you could drive a truck through that the hole in the County's D there.
I think it was the A defender who just disappeared off the face of the earth, which meant it was just a B there so wide, there was no one there. Once Joey Price realised that, he came across, but it was all too late. But hasn't he made a difference since coming on? The fresh legs, the speed, the enthusiasm, and the goal kicking powers.
So going through the motions. Loni Papani adds the extras. Counties storming out to a 3-try lead. It's down to just 1 now. At the 27-minute mark in this first half, Akarana well and truly back into this one.
And a smile to boot as he jogged back. Great communication amongst the boys. Look at that.
So Counties, they try to get themselves back in it with some big hits on that last set. Giving away the penalty. Let's see if they can find their discipline here. Fraser, that's a brave carry.
It was a wonderful take, and then the carry on top of that, effort on effort, and he paid for it though.
It would have been a certain moment when he knew he had to carry that ball. There was no props coming to take it. But he done well. He kept hold. And on tackle 3 now, Waterworth will play it. As they wrap across field, Papani onto Tamarua. On tackle 4. They kick early.
A wonderful kick. That is a wonderful kick. The question is it a 40-20, Jello?
No.
No, it's not, but I tell you that is a wonderful play. He just, once again, just showing that he's got a whole bag of tricks. Just the shortest of short sides just popped out. Markers weren't aware, and he just kicked that end over end, and it just rolled out into touch. And his forwards, his tired middle men are just watching that roll out and just saying, thank you, brother.
Well, even the way he chased the kick, like he was trying to stop a quick throw, it almost Union style. So Akarana finished that set in a good position.
Oh, that's a carry. Walter Fafita. Look at that. From your own end, under the pump. Does that to put his side back in the contest.
Yeah, big run there. You mentioned him before. Kick-off, of course, for Fafita. Crucial for the go forward of this Counties side. Big carry there from Paruru. Joey Price now. He looks so good when he's got that little arcing run going over to the left, doesn't he?
Oh, it's a pass thread, it's a run thread, the vision.
So drop back inside there, off the pass of Crichton. So he may call for the ball back here. He goes to Ngati. Ngati grubbers. Picked up well there from Langatau. And there's a penalty there. James Dowie not rolling out of the ruck.
Yeah, disappointing end to a great set, especially with the yardage carriers getting out of their own end when they had to return serve under the pump from a great kick at a dummy half from Papani. But they sure did return serve, but this lets the pressure off once again.
So Brown skipping into contact there as he's wrestled onto his back from Fuimaono. So a little off the mark. He's going to get told to get back and play it. He's reluctant to go back 30 centimetres. You got to fight for every centimetre here. I'm not going back, sir. I earn these metres. So Papani, Tamarua, Schuster, just trying to get a little bit wider off the ruck, it seems.
Yeah, nice footwork out there, a little bit wide of the C defender. Get across the 4-man. Just means the guys coming across are the big middlemen that got to travel.
So up to halfway now. Didn't look like they were expecting it down that right edge of Akarana. And even now they seem very flat-footed in attack. But here they go. Sparking to life now, Waterworth. He's got Chaz Brown. Here's a 2-on-1 coming up. He decides to keep hold. He takes on Dowie, the fullback. And on the 5th tackle, with all the wind in their sails, Papani goes right. It's a wide pass. Tamarua back inside, keeping it alive now. Fraser, Papani. Will he look for an offload? No, held in there.
Oh, that's wonderful play, isn't it? The Falcons, just when you think you're dead and they come off a standing start, they just keep the ball alive. Yeah. Hot potato even. Then you just get an injection of pace onto the ball and you find yourself just moments away from scoring.
Oh, so they got the penalty here too. So I'm not too sure what the penalty's for. I'm assuming it's for bodies getting back too slow. I think they were offside on that County's left edge. But here we go. Papani. Oh, if he hadn't slipped there, he might have been in for a chance.
He was always going.
And he'll play it back now to Tamarua. Waterworth. So getting to his spot there. Perhaps, what do they have coming back now? Tamarua. Out the back, Annadale, Schuster. Schuster still plays it quickly. Lafau's offside. So I think Annadale spotted it, but to no avail. Papani, wide pass, Tamarua. Thought about the pass, decides to kick. It's been left by Chaz Brown. Play on's the call. Boom! 3 tries apiece. Sione Langatau finishing off a nice passage of play from Akarana.
Well, I tell you what, when the Falcons want to use that ball and when they hold possession, geez, they're a hard team to handle. Very good with the ball in hand. They've got some great skill sets and some fresh, fast legs across the park. Seeing it go from side to side. This was the 2nd set after the tap. Little kick there from Tamarua. As you mentioned, look at this, bit of footwork to boot. He still gets down, gets low, he scores that try. Langatau, he does it. Geez, we've got a ball game on our hands now.
Great skill there from Akarana. And that try, of course, coming off the boot of Tamarua. So you look at that team, you've got Fraser, who's a half. You've got Annadale's a half. Joels Baker, he's a ball player. Then you've got Brody Tamarua as well. It's a lot to deal with the spine of this Akarana team.
Yeah, when they get the ball in the right position and when they're able to have it for a period of time when you can stress the defensive line, suck a little bit of energy out of them. And a lot of their stuff, it has come from standing starts.
Yeah, well, leading up to that line break, you thought there was nothing going on. I think they might have caught Counties napping as well. I don't think Counties thought there was much. That whole edge was stepped back. You had a winger out of position. So Papani, oh, he struck it well, but it's pushed out to the left. So 5 minutes to play in the first half. Just a 2-point difference. You wouldn't have picked that after 10 minutes, would you?
No, no way at all. It's a great thing about this game if you're able to find a bit of momentum, create a bit of a change of fortune, really work in your favour. Before you know it, not only are you just into the game, but you've won manhandling the opposition and having the say on how it should go.
So the ball falling off the tee for County is almost symbolic of the last 15 minutes. So here they go. It's a low, awkward kick picked up by Baker and brought back strongly from Laina. Bernie Laina, the 16 on. Waterworth spinning out of tackles. He's beaten about 3 there. He's brought down onto his back eventually. Papani.
Another good carry too. Well, Laina started all, didn't he? Those big runs. Now they get out on top of this as well. Look at that, Schuster's off.
So they got the ruck scrambling at the moment. Papani goes right to Anadao. It's a cute little kick over the top, picked up by Dowie. He'll want to get out of that corner as much as he can for his next runners.
Thought I heard the day that someone say it was a cute little kick. Never heard of a cute little kick before, but that it was, Jello.
So look at the way Akarana built ruck speed on that last set. And you look at Counties, I still think Counties, when they got the ball in hand, they look so dangerous. Man for man, you got a team that can just break tackles, bump you off. As you can see on these runs here, Susumia.
Yeah, you're right. They can do it all. They can play with the ball, pass threat, run threats. Second phase is not a problem. Guys who just see cues and take the cues and just do what they're meant to do as halves or as hookers. And of course, James Dowie at the back as well.
So I've just called time off here. Looks like a bit of blood on the nose of Waterworth. Either blood or snot. He's all right. So tap restart. Counties punch it back towards the post with left foul. Waterworth is in there looking for whoever hit his nose. So here they come. This is Mongatai. So some big fresh bodies on for Counties now. Out the back, Dowie. This is a nice shape. Spinning in the tackle. But stopped just short. Wide pass, Ngati. Here they go. Oh, there's some shape out there. Fatamani there in the 11 shirt. He might want it back here. He had some joy down there moments ago. Ngati at dummy half. Goes left. It's a wide pass and another wide pass. Dowie thinks about sending it. Oh, keeps it alive. Fafita ducking over defenders. Akarana show up in numbers here. And with a few seconds left before half-time, just what they needed.
Well, that's exactly what the crowd came to see. Beautiful conditions, and that's fine rugby league from both sides. How they stayed in field and almost scored a try, only to be stopped by some great heroic defence coming across, scrambling at its best. Graham Dalfa now heads out for his side.
Well, was Toa Iti, the Toa Iti Ramsey at centre there for Counties out on the left side. He hasn't had many opportunities this game, but he looks very dangerous with the ball. So Langatau takes it in as the hooter sounds. Referee calls half-time. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a game on our hands. 18 points to 16. Just 2 points in it. Counties leading the Falcons. We'll be back with some half-time highlights. Well, welcome back. It's halftime. It's 18 points to 16. I'll tell you what, the way County started this, though, you would not have expected Falcons to get themselves back in it.
Well, it's great conditions for beautiful open run in rugby league, and that's what we saw. We thought it was all going to be one-way traffic too, as you mentioned, from the Stingrays, but the Falcons, as Falcons do, they swoop in and they take their opportunity, and that's exactly what they've done. Some great rugby league all around, Jello.
Some great bird puns there too, mate. Fantastic, fantastic stuff. There's a lot of errors in the first half, but there was also a lot of tries. 6 in total. This was the first one. Just 2.5 minutes in.
Yeah, Crichton once again just punching that line, just poking his nose through and keeping the ball alive. It doesn't matter where they go from anywhere. They just find opportunities to go out. And here we saw Lafau. This was the first of his tries. And look at that, it was from a standing start. Number of guys in the picture, but he's still too big, too strong on that particular blade of grass. And he says, you know what, I want to come back there again. And we see Tafui get out dummy half, waiting for the big man to come across. Joey Price takes it in. The middlemen have been sensational, but once again, it gets that chance for Stedman Lafau. This time, though, it was off a planned move.
Stedman Lafau is a tower of strength. Look at that. Boom, hit, spin. Like you said, same blade of grass. And then the Falcons got themselves back in it.
Absolutely. You mentioned Lonnie Papani, what he did off the bench. He had a number of carries in that set, and then throughout this sort of resurgence, the big gap there between the A and B, the second marker coming across, trying to cover it, but it was all too little too late. They get in, they get a bit of joy. They've got to see themselves camped down here, their end, then a bit of work to do here of Langatau, and hasn't he been good too to finish off particularly that first half.
Well, at 18 points to 16, only 40 minutes left. You wish there was more than 40 minutes left. What a contest it's been, but we'll be back for the second half shortly. Back once again. We're here for the second half now. Counties Stingrays taking on the Akarana Falcons. A few mana waves there from the Counties faithful. Oh, a bit of something for everybody at this place. Holy hecka.
It's family day out, isn't it, Jello?
What is that? Rainbow's End. Oh, I've heard about these bikies down in Papakura. Oh, no. Poor fella.
Quick, before no one sees you. No problem, Dad.
Don't worry, mate. The whole country didn't see it. Dust yourself off.
He's off again.
What a game it's been, Monty. What's your thoughts? If you look at this county side, they're so dangerous. What is their main threat? How do they get in front and stay in front?
Well, judging by that pick there, and you see the flag, I think now that Counties gets that win behind them, it makes their job a little bit easier. Yes, they got that 2-point lead, and we know that when the Falcons have that ball, even from standing starts, they can be a threat across the park, and they can go deep and score from deep. But I think, you know, they'll be Ruka Rosa will be pretty happy where his side is. They'll turn this around. Just be a bit more relaxed, kick nice and long, and play a territory game, because you know what? You know, when we haven't quite seen the likes of Susamia and also that big Walter Fafita and what they can do. Not enough ball in their hands for my liking.
Well, a few shots of the crowd there. Rugby League kingpin Vigo Rasmussen. He's here for this one. You look at this this Auckland Falcons team. You mentioned the... You look at the different looks that they can give you, the versatility that they have. So you see what Lonnie Papani's done since he's come on. There's a good chance he's going to go off maybe after 10-15, and we see Doyle come back on, and he provides a different look for the Falcons.
Yeah, well, he's a bigger, stronger ball carrier, and if he comes on with fresh legs when everyone else is tiring, it gives him the opportunity to do what Papani did in the first half. But once again, it depends on who has the possession and what you're able to take away from the energy tank from your opposition. But, you know, for the other side as well, Desmond Tofoi, what he's able to do at dummy half, what he sees, what he capitalises on is great. Akarana Falcons now make their way up. They look like they're up for a game, mate. I think in terms of the halftime talks, would have been much different in both of them. Schuster, another player who needs to get his hands on the balls, deadly on that edge and what he can do.
Or a few smiley faces coming out there from the Falcons, looking very relaxed going into this one. But I'll tell you what, if they had a tough challenge in the first half, it's going to be a little tougher in the second half. You mentioned that wind. Looks like it's picking up here at Massey Park. It's a beautiful day. This is game one of today. Don't forget, after this at 2 o'clock, we got the ladies. Counties Manukau taking on Akarana. So plenty of football for you leading into the NRL finals tonight, Mons. Who's your pick?
Oh, look, this is one game I can't pick. I think last week was easy to pick. I picked 4 from 4 unofficially. But this week, even last night's game, it was hard to pick. I wasn't too sure. But, you know, when you're thinking about the prelim finals and the mouth-watering matchups next week, it's pretty exciting.
So Tamarua gets us back underway, putting it as close to that sideline as he can. Counties now with a bit of work to do to get themselves back towards the middle. And just like the first half, we're going to start with an error.
But it's a perfect start for the Falcons. He kicked the ball off, and surprise, surprise, you get possession. You're in a handy part of the field. 35 metres out, scrum. Now we've seen time and time again, especially in the NRL, what can happen from scrum plays. More and more is happening, more and more planned moves, especially with the striking weapons you've got out there on the edges.
Well, speaking of which, keep your eyes on Chaz Brown here for Akarana. Fraser. They go that way, and there he is. Chaz Brown, one-on-one, taking in a good low tackle by Fui Maono. He's had his hands full today defensively. So Papani's at dummy half. Tamarua goes to the line of Ngahe, pushing through. Baker out the back. Show and go from Baker. That's the Baker's delight. How do you like it?
Oh, I like it very much so. I like it very much indeed. We mentioned it was almost a perfect start in terms of kicking the ball off, not even having to make a tackle. You get the ball back, and now here it is. It's able to score a point in possession, be the first one to get across the try line. Joel's Baker, just a show and go. He knew he had enough speed. There was a hand on the jumper, but nowhere near enough. Smile on his face. His team takes the lead for the first time this afternoon.
Great little left to right play there from Akarana. Got a feel for Ramsey there, the county centre. It's so hard when you're playing centre and you've got a fullback whizzing around and he's lightning quick and you've still got another 2 attackers outside you. You know, you want to give your inside men as much time as you can, but...
That's why it's easier in the middle, mate. Easier in the middle. Stock standard, straight up and down.
Up and down. That's the one.
Not too much pace to worry about.
So Akarana with the lead already. This to extend the lead by another 2. 3 out of... Oh, no, he's missed one, hasn't he? So it's 2 out of 3 so far, Papani. Nicely placed straight through the middle of the post. Counties now trail 18 points to 22. Another look at that try.
Yeah, Schuster running the nice sort of decoy. As you mentioned, there's eyes up and wondering who in front of you with a number of options do you put your eyes on and who do you take. And if you just look the wrong way, if you just take one step the wrong way, you're gone. That's the joy of being on an edge.
So Dowie, kick lands on the 10-metre line and they bring it back another 10 or 12 there. Papani at dummy half, linking up with Waterworth. He played 80 minutes last week in their win against Waikato. Looks like he'll be doing the same today. Tamarua. That's Latu Ngahe. He's had a strong impact since coming off the bench. Here's another 80-minute back rower. Schuster plays it on halfway. Annadale to Tamarua. Straightens up, punches it in the middle of the field. They have options left and right. They go to Annadale, who puts it up into the sky. It's allowed to bounce. Touches flag, stays down, but the ball's been tapped forward from Graham Tafoa, I believe.
Well, it wasn't the best of kicks, was it? But it got into a situation where it was a little bit crazy. It made it hard for Walter Fafita to have a play at it. The ruling is that came off the hand before it went to Graham Tholfers. It's always hard to see firsthand, but then Fafita does what he does best and he carries hard.
So Fafita trying to generate some ruck speed for this Counties team. That's how you do it. Is that Susumia, I believe. Gives the marker a shove as well. So here's Ramsey. He'll play it just centimetres shy of halfway. So Counties marching on. Joey Price. Nice little kick there from Crichton. It's off the left boot. Picked up by Baker. Baker putting Akarana in front just moments ago. Graham Tolfa standing in the tackle, trying to get a quick play the ball here. This Counties defense making it tricky. So punching towards the left now.
Isn't he dangerous when he's got his hands on the ball? It's been a handful today for the Stingrays.
Tamarua So they go left again. So a little bit of back and forth now as Fraser puts it up into the air. Got a little bit of arm wrestle going here, Monty.
Oh, yes, that's what we've seen. Both sides being very good today in patches. And this time now, that's the traditional arm wrestle that you see. The back and forth between the two sides, and it's an important part of the game. We've seen who's drawn first blood. We also know that there's a win behind the Stingrays as well. With another strong carry. Gonna fight to play that ball for Maono. Gets aside a penalty, well deserved.
Well, you were just waiting for one of these teams to crack. It was 3 or 4 sets back to back there. So you could say County's winning that little battle as they bite off maybe 10 to 15 there. Fumaono gets us back underway with the tap restart. Joey Price. So Madison Tikel looks like a halftime substitution for Counties. Lefau. Crichton goes to the line. Dowie. Ramsey, there's backs turned here. They're going to have to get their D-line set because Ramsey's going to play it quickly again. A metre out, Crichton to Dowie. Show, go. Oh, stop just short.
Oh, just short indeed. It's a shame Ramsey coming across the line. He was just looking for support. Someone to punch off him. No one off his shoulder. Would have been wonderful. He gets out, he knows his game. Beautiful feet to drift across the fence. Trying to see if anyone will bite on him. But now it's to play the ball. Falcons coming out. Graham Dolfer.
Driven back there by Joey Price. Crichton. I was going to say, Stedman Lafole looks like he's played some big minutes, but it's Terrell Sulla, another hair bear. He's on in the 14 jersey.
It's giving me nightmares, all these hair bears. Throwbacks to 2003. But geez, they can play. Just as strong as powerful as the hair bears of yesteryear.
So here come the Falcons. There's that man Sulla over the top. As they look to punch something up the middle. There we go, Tamarua. He's got Schuster on his right, Papani's on his left. He decides to keep hold. Not before throwing another body on the ground. So they look like they're a little short now on this edge. Chaz Brown beats the tackle there of Fuimono. Kept alive, Waterworth. Oh yes, Akarana. Pure rugby league down that left edge. What a run from Tamarua. What a try for the Falcons.
Oh, look, very good indeed. We've mentioned this Falcons side can just come from nowhere. Doesn't matter from a standing start, how deep in their own end in terms of territory. Once they get that ball free flowing, get numbers in their hands. This is just from a yardage set. Tamarua, he makes a beautiful break. He's got too many options inside out. Schuster on the outside, Pani on the inside. Gets no one in the end. Decides to play the ball. They go the same way. Look at this, they just shift, go wide, long ball. Ah, your man Chaz. They go down the short side and keep the ball alive. That's wonderful play, Jello.
There'll be some tired bodies out there for Counties because it didn't look like there was much happening on that set. But they just persisted down that right edge of Counties. And as soon as they got a little half a win there, Tamarua just steamrolling through.
There's just the ball movement, the numbers turning up for each other, being in the picture. When you're in the picture, you can make a difference. And that's what they've done.
So the Falcons, after being 18-0 down, fought their way back. 26 points unanswered now. So kickers waved away. Score remains 26 points to 18.
Chaz Brown just takes some heavy contact there, but he keeps the ball alive as he saw the defenders have shrunk in, trying to get over. There's a great try with the Chahus in the background. You know, and you're in South Auckland when that comes about.
So Dowie gets us back underway. You think you could put it down to a little bit of fatigue factor perhaps for Counties? Or is it too early in the second half?
Well, I just think it's the ball carrying and being nice and direct, as we just saw then again. Liaina, he's been very good. Bernie, when he's been carrying, and other boys in and around him as well, been very strong that time. Sofa.
So Papani, Tamarua, Schuster. It's a nice little combination they've got going on that shift plate, as they look to test out the back rowers of Counties. Tamarua again. He's just got his hands on every set, doesn't he?
Oh, he's a handful as well, big body. He's got the run threat, can have that pass option there too. Pre-line, post-line, it's all there. Walter Fafita gets up high. I think if Counties want to get back into this match, they really have to use him.
So the leg pull there, just about working. Great work from Fafita to keep his legs in field as Ramsey looks to get something going now.
They've got to push with Ramsey. Jello, he gets across, he looks to shift across the defensive line, but no one goes with him. Good defense there from the Falcons.
So here he is now, Lafau back on the field. Seems to have lost their way a little bit since he hit a spell on the sidelines. And Jamal Hunt as well. So they've got their heavy hitters back out there. The prime beef. Lafau, second carry of the set. Throws an offload, which is picked up by Joey Price. Oh, here we go.
Well, that's how the game, isn't it? That's rugby union.
Well, it was a similar passage of play that saw them score their third try in the first half.
But once again, you go back to your starting middlemen who've done a job, Lafau, Hunt and Joey Price, together when they're in the middle of the park and they're just rolling. They are a sight to behold. Look at this from the big man, just a little bit of show and go stop. Offload goes to ground. But as I mentioned those names, watch out for them. Price, Hunt, that man Lafau.
So here come the Falcons. They haven't had to do much goal line D in the second half. In fact, I don't think they've had to do any. As they're back into the Counties end now through Schuster. Strong one into the middle. Biting off some PCM, some post-contact meters as we call them. Tamarua out the back. Annadale, Waterworth, Frazier. He's looking for somebody back inside. He's going to go himself. Sliding towards a touchline. That's where he ends up. Some desperate D there from Counties.
Oh, we're talking about the middle men for the Stingray, but Brody Tamarua and what he's been able to do in the middle of the park. You just watch him when he carries, he goes to the line. He's got shape inside and out, but there's a number of defenders. It's like he has 3 or 4 that bite in on him, that stay in too tight, so they're not there a little bit wider. The spacing's off, and what he's able to do then is give room to his outside men. And not that time in a position to score, but it has put them down their own end. What can they do getting out now?
So here's a run from Fafita. Coming off his wing, looking to get his side. Back down the Akarana end to Foy. He's back off the bench too. So some fresh legs in the middle for Counties. Lefau. Rolling forward well. You've got Dowie. He's sniffing around the ruck there. Nati. So a little chip over the top. Goes straight to the winger. Langatau. He's scragged down there by the Counties kick chase. So Annadale, Graham Telfer, up over halfway. 56 minutes into this contest, 26 points to 18. If you're just joining us, it's 26 unanswered points for Akarana. As we see Navajo Doyle, we spoke about the different looks and variations that can come about when Akarana roll their subs. So we'll see what that looks like as Brody Tamarua puts it up in the air. It's test for Fafita. Oh, it's an offside man that's picked up the ball.
Yeah, Crichton there.
You had to, didn't you? You can't leave that on the ground.
No, absolutely, especially when you've got the try line wide open. But first Fafita coming up with an uncharacteristic play. He gets up nice and high. He sights the target. Probably just misreads a little bit early to the ball. Bounces it forward now. Great opportunity now for the Falcons. Brody Tamarua, look for him. That shape off him again, and wouldn't be surprised if he's got a bit of a show and go, goes through himself.
So it's an 8-point lead. Can the Falcons make it a little more? Doyle's at dummy half. He's looking on both sides. Schuster, that little goosey that we saw last week, get the job done. They've done their homework on him this week. Doyle, Tamarua, short ball, Kiowa, straight through the front door. How you doing?
I think it was straight through the house, full stop. Don't worry about the front door. He took the whole house down, the building, all four walls and the roof. Kiowa, look at him. That is no neck. He is an absolute beast. Mentioned Brody Tamarua and what he could do. I said a show and go, but why would you show on this man? Just give him the ball, let him do his thing. And he points to the fans in the crowd. Oh, no, thank you. Trying to stop him.
The demolition man, you reckon? Clear the whole block out.
Lupini Kiowa.
Lupini Kiowa, the man. He was a Northcote man. He made the move to... he changed clubs this year. Wanted a change of scenery. He's played some great footy this year, and that form continuing here in the off-season.
Once again, Tamarua, though, everything happening in and around him, off him. His ability to screw up defenders, to manipulate the defence, even just to get one-on-ones. You know, when you got big ball carriers and strong men, that's all you need.
Well, it was his boot that set up the Langatau try in the first half. It was his boot then, the up and under, that forced the error from Fafita. Can do it all, Tamarua. Dion Fraser to take the kicking duties now of Lonnie Papani back on the sideline. So Fraser adds the extras, 18 points to 32.
Oh, look, as you mentioned, it's the backdoor shape that's going around. That time the defender was in two minds. Wasn't too sure, do I take the big man? Was the option going out back in terms of the pass?
So 20 minutes left on the clock. Dowie, it's bouncing. Uh-oh, get out of the way. Boom. Oh. Kiawa dealt with that time, Jamal Hunt and company. Waterworth. Oh, an uncharacteristic offload there late in the tackle. Referee calls play on, but not that time. I think it's come loose off Chaz Brown there.
Well, that's a shame. He tidied up the situation in the previous tackle, but this time he succumbs to a forced error himself, or an unforced error. Just see here, Chaz Brown at the back. He tidies it all up. He goes into contact. Referee ruling he lost possession there. He sure did. Great call.
Well spotted.
And not a good one for his side too.
Well, we saw what this Counties team could do with a bit of goal line possession in the first half. They haven't had any in the second half, but here they go now. Crichton off the scrum. They got Ramsey and Fafita on the left, but no one else. So they decide to go right. Lafau. Tikiu at dummy half. Right. Right they go. Dowie. He's chopped down around the legs, rolled onto his back. So from the corner, low and hard, Susumia. That's the way you do it.
How strong is Lewis Susumia? We knew he was going. He knew he was going. But to know and to stop is another problem that you've got. Just look at him. Gets nice and low. He looks up. He goes, nah, I'm going myself. Just buries his nose. Gets very low indeed. You couldn't get any lower than that. Couldn't get underneath and stop him. Tell you what, though, they needed that. His side, Stingray. Need to come down this end, get some points, go back, regroup, and go again.
You love that from Susumia. He's just all business, this guy, with his hands on the ball. I remember his time at the Warriors, 2018. He was my buddy in one of the drills doing some tackling.
Yes.
His hip hit my ear and I woke up about a minute later. Cheers, Louis. I didn't need those brain cells anyway. I got heaps. Meh. James Dowie, great kick there. Could this be a fight back for Counties? 17 minutes left in the contest. Look at that one.
Jesus, fair way out. There's no way that should have happened. Couldn't see it from the other angle, but from that brilliant shot then we could see they didn't get off their line. They knew he was coming. You could see he was coming, but you got to meet fire with fire, get off that line. Just give yourself a chance.
Well, it was a slow play, the ball too. Like you said, nothing secretive about that try there from Susumia. Akarana in no rush to restart this. They got a 2-try lead now. Approximately 16 minutes left on the clock. So Ramsey.
You need to push with this guy. I love how he gets across the defensive line. That time doesn't drift as much as he could have. But someone's got to be off him.
Lefau on tackle 2. They're calling it down the right edge. Had Hunt there winding up for the run, but the defense of Akarana getting up nice and early. Here he is now. It's a great run, spinning to find his front there. Can he get a quick play the ball? Crichton, short ball, here they go. Looking for another one, there it is. Tikiu spinning, still going. Scrag down there by Kiawa. With a little bit of extra. Crichton, here's a challenge now. Out wide, oh, the wind takes that one. Into touch.
That was the right idea, kicking for Fafita. We've seen how good he is in the air. He gets up, he just plucks it from the sky. But it has to be pinpoint the kick. It's got to be there. Look at the body language of some of the Falcons. Hands on knees, bunching a little bit as well.
Well, still an eternity to go here. 15 minutes is a long time. Langatau on tackle 1. Fraser's down the left edge. That's the way they go with Waterworth. Got his arm free there. Got a very quick play the ball. Sam Ngati holding on for dear life. Fraser this time off the left foot, up over halfway. Here they go now with some real ruck speed. Doyle's there as a one-on-one tackle from the marker. Zach Ngati there, the 6. Great work from him. Tamaroa. They're very persistent on that one spot, aren't they?
Oh.
Fraser puts it up. Could this one be out on the full? It looks like it was just about saved.
They get their ruck speed going and they play on the front foot, play over the headline. eyes up football. This Falcon side is a treat to watch. Just getting out of the dummy half and just taking the yards, been brilliant.
So Counties need to get down the other end. There's some hands on knees and some tired bodies out there as we approach the twilight of this contest. There's a strong, just about. Fafita pushing through. Oh, he's got a 2-on-1 rip there. Referee's got Schuster for pulling the ball out. A little bit of luck, perhaps.
Well, he's got to go again for Fafita. Maybe he was a little bit lucky, but we said if he comes through the middle and he does what he does best, which is damaging, either way, he can get up and take a high ball or just give him some carries through the middle with a bit of momentum. Quick tap, he's off.
So trying to catch him napping there, Fui Mauno. Gotta love that contest out there
There's
today.
a high tackle there.
Chaz Brown and Anthony Fui Mauno. It's been a great contest.
Yeah, you're right there, Jello. As a former centre yourself, you would appreciate what goes out on an edge, especially when you've got two dynamic carries. If we take a look here, Fui Mauno goes into contact. I was that arm then, wasn't Chaz Brown. I think it was the last man coming in. It was Langatau. Bit of a swinging arm.
Yeah, it looks like he might have rolled his ankle in that defensive effort there to push him back. So referee will call time off. Approximately 12 minutes left in this one.
If you're the Stingrays, you just need to keep going. You need to play up tempo. You need to continue on because the momentum is on their side. You give them a break, gives them time to get a breather.
Well, it's not something you want to see. But Fui Mo not going off there. I'll tell you what, his miss is going to be absolutely fuming.
Do tell me more.
I think he was allowed to play this as long as he didn't get injured.
Oh no, not the promises. I promise you, I won't get injured. Unlucky Hills.
Oh, he's going to be a big absence for Counties. Another big absence. No Tahi Bagali, of course. He got the red card for fighting last week. He's been handed an 8-week suspension.
Oh,
8
that's
weeks.
harsh.
And it was downgraded to 4. But of course, he'll be at home on the couch watching this in his undies, no doubt.
Back in the day, you just get a penalty and it's play on.
The golden era.
I think it's more the black and white era.
So Tafoi, a dummy half. We know what this guy can do from a metre out. He's got 2 already. He won't get his 3rd, not now anyway. Tafoi. Nice little options here. Jamal Hunt. Gotta love that shape, don't you?
Look, it's an easy shape to play in terms of what you think is in front of you, but it's hard to get right, and that's exactly what they did. The timing on that, the way he held up the pass, the way he ran across to drag the defender, and then for Hunt to come through, you know, 3 big players, 2 big men from the middle as well. You watch this. Dragged across a little bit more. He still had the players there enough to read it, but he found his way down to the try line. Jamal Hunt. Very much needed. It took some scoring, but he was able to do that for his side.
Great stuff there from the Counties forward pack. You'd have to say that's definitely where their strength lies as James Dowie lines up the extras here. Over it goes.
Yeah, well played. Well played indeed. Still, though, they had enough numbers there. They weren't quite good enough or efficient enough to stop the try being scored by that man, Jamal Hunt.
2 points in it. Monty, crystal ball, who wins this?
Crystal ball, wow.
You go with the momentum of Counties?
If they can hold this momentum with the wind behind them as well, they can keep possession for the next sort of 3 to 4 minutes at least, preferably 5. Be hard to stop that comeback.
Well, I'll tell you what, they had to bring their big boppers. They had to get the starting middles back on to turn this game around. They came on about 10, 15 minutes ago, so there's still 10 minutes to play. Could it be a battle of attrition? Can they hold on? Let's see how this plays out.
It's going to come down to either 9, dummy half. Seeing Lupini and what he can do. Or Pani, I should say. And then Tufoi, who's always scared me out of dummy half.
Great run there from left foul. Counties on tackle 2. Down by 2 points. 9 minutes left on this. In this game, there is no place you would rather be than right here watching this with us. Tufoi testing out Tamarua there. Oh, he's just about through. Tamarua pulling back on the shirt. Dowie, they've had some joy down there, kicking early in the count, trying to catch Joels Baker, and with one bounce, that's going to go out. So a 7 tackle set here coming up for Akarana. Not ideal.
Not ideal, but still, Falcons all got to get on side. A lot of stragglers too to get back behind the ball.
Well, it seems to me like both teams have picked their targets, and they just seem to be going at the same spots and getting some joy too. I've got to say for Akarana, seems to be something out on this right edge for Counties.
Yeah, and I think both teams, their middlemen, do a wonderful job around some shape as well, which frees the either edge that you've been talking about.
Well, there's Waterworth playing it. There's been a lot of action down this scrum line. It's Papani back into the game. We know the spark that he brought in the first half. If they got him back out here to seal the deal. Fafita caught on the full. Here we go. Winding up the big fella. There's 3 there to stop him. 40 out from his own line. Tufoi. There's only one marker there. Tufoi testing him out with some good feet. Dowie's at dummy half. He's got Crichton. Crichton with some runners. Drops one underneath. On tackle 4. Here they come. Down the right edge.
Oh,
Show and
nice.
go. Oh! Shepherd. Looks like an obstruction call, so we're coming back for a penalty. Counties just about.
There's no... Look at that.
Get a new ref, please.
Outside shoulder there. Didn't go through the line as well. So it was on the outside shoulder and didn't go through the line as well. So it's a great call from referee Pucky Parkinson. But there's no urgency here from the Falcons to get going, to kick the ball out and head off on their mission. It's a little bit alarming.
Well, I'm not too sure what they've got down there as far as game clock. I know they might get some calls from the sideline. But it can be tricky sometimes when there's 10 minutes left and you're kind of guessing if there's 2 minutes or
And then
3
they can
minutes or
score
1
from
minute.
anywhere, right? They've gone long range today. They've shown their ability to do so. Brody Tamarua through the middle. Watch the shape off him.
Well, they certainly won't want to take their foot off the gas.
That's a carry.
So Tamarua. Stopped by Lafau. Papani. Annadale. Schuster back on the inside. That's a great run. So Tamarua's got it again. He's got an inside runner.
And that just relieves all the pressure there. See now it's chance for Stingrays. Fafita into the play.
Love watching this guy carry the ball. With just over 5 minutes left, you wonder how much Counties have in the tank.
Well, it's easier when you got the ball in hand.
Price. They held an 18-point lead at one point. They fought their way back into this. Here's a great run.
Oh, Crichton.
Oh, just about. Crichton, he's a metre short. So it looks like a late flop here from the Akarana defence coming back late.
Arthur Crichton, though, brilliant. Individual brilliance, I should say. Now they just take the time. I think they keep ball in hand.
Take the time, might take the 2.
No, keep ball in hand.
Well, they've been knocking on the door. You have to think there's a try coming soon. As long as they can keep hold of the ball. Tafui, Crichton, Dowie, here we go. Great D from Akarana to repel him from scoring another 4 and taking the lead late in this one. There's a shove from the marker. Referee says play it for Fida. Will he go himself? Yes, he will. Body's there to hold him up. So he's held up there. I've lost count. What tackle are we on here, Monty?
That makes 2 of us there. I was admiring the carry, the big strong man, seeing if the numbers were going to be able to uphold him.
I'm counting the metres here, not the tackles. Here we go, Jamal Hunt to Foy. He's got Lafale there. They've been so dangerous already, this little combination that they've been brewing up. This time they go to Ngati. Ngati keeps hold. There's a body left on the ground. This could be trouble here for Akarana. Jamal Hunt spinning, the big fella. Jamal Hunt putting counties ahead with just under 3 minutes left. You had a feeling it was coming, didn't you, Mons?
Well, that's it. You've got both bookends scoring a double, a brace each, and that's unheard of. Mentioned the middlemen all day. It was a little short ball there. You knew there was some backdoor options out wide. Tafui, who's been everywhere, who's been scheming, who's been looking for every opportunity in and around the rock just to create a one-on-one. He's able to do that with Jamal Hunt. Doesn't matter if it's 1 or 2 for him. He'll just have enough to spin, rotate, do whatever he needs to do to get the ball down. There you go, the 2 try-scoring heroes, 2 tries apiece. Hunt, Lafale, what a day out for the 2 big men up front.
Well, you know what? Your number 8 and your number 10 have 4 tries between them. And I asked you before this game, what's the strike for counties? The numbers don't lie. 4 tries between them. And none more crucial than that one from Jamal Hunt. Putting counties 2 points ahead. Of course, it's not over yet. James Dowie with a kick. He's 5 out of 5. So we don't expect him to miss this one. But with less than 2 minutes to play, it's going to take something special for Akarana to get back on top. So Dowie adds the extras. 36 points to 32.
Yeah, brilliant work. You just find the one player that will take your ball and all. And you just do enough to push it through that line so there's no help or support from defenders inside and outside of him. Just sprint to the tackle.
Well, seconds counting down here. All signs point to a short kickoff. There it is from Tamarua. It's very close to the sideline. Great take there. Is it Crichton? So you'd think now that counties could keep hold and see the scoreboard, the time on the scoreboard tick away. Might see a few fake cramps here. A few mild concussions.
What are you suggesting, Jello?
A few bad backs. For Fida. 20 seconds left. Of course, the time on the match manager's stopwatch could be a little bit different to what we've got on the scoreboard. But they're reaching for the hooter. Oh, here we go, a plot twist.
Little
Joey
sniff.
Price has dropped the ball.
Gonna pack the scrum.
They're going to have to pack it quickly. I don't think they're there in time. No, they're not going to get there in time. Pucky Parkinson calls it. What a game. 36 points to 32. I'll tell you what, I can't wait till Counties play the Auckland Vulcans. Those are the two sides undefeated so far, assuming the Vulcans don't lose this week. But for now, the Counties Stingrays take down the Falcons. 36 points to 32. What a game, Mons.
Oh, what a game. You know, from the start, we heard about big bodies. And as you mentioned, big bodies on both sides. But today it was about the big bodies in terms of the try scorers. Great little men in and around with the leg speed. But, you know, if you think about the weather today and the conditions, which was conducive to the great game of rugby league, we saw it out there today from both sides.
Well, I'll tell you what, I said with 10 minutes to go, can the big boys of Counties come back on the field? They had their starters back on. Can they hold on for that last 10? Can they get the job done? And with 2 minutes left, Jamal Hunt going over for that last try. That was special. So plenty of camaraderie between these two teams, of course. No strangers to each other. A lot of these guys met in the Fox final this year, actually. Papakura versus Richmond. Did you catch that one, Mons?
I missed
Golden
that one,
Point,
actually.
Golden Point thriller at Mount Smart. So here's some of the highlights from the second half.
He was sensational, Brody Tamaru, that time just passing out the back. A little bit of speed. Baker, Joel's Baker, though, just the show and go. He knew he had them at 6 and 7s. Tamaru through the middle, shape inside and out. Plenty of support play, but he goes to the ground. But then they decide to come down that left. They have plenty of numbers, and they also have plenty of speed, Jello.
Tell you what, plenty of tries on this. If you look at the that left edge for Akarana, seems to be a lot of traffic down there and a lot of points too. Hard to believe that both these sides gave up an 18-point lead at some stage.
And look at that. You mentioned breaking down the front door. I said breaking down the whole house. Very hard to stop indeed. Luso Samir, the mate that put you to sleep many years ago at the New Zealand Warriors during an opposed session. And we can see why. He's terrific. The big men, the bookends, a brace each. And with players like that are tailor-made for your set plays, refusing to dive the ball, using your strength, doing what it takes to just get over the line and put the ball down. Exactly what they're able to do.
So full-time score, Counties take the spoils, 36 points to 32 over the Falcons. And like I mentioned, that game, Counties versus Auckland Vulcans, because you look at the Vulcans team, you got Pat Sipley there, you got Paddy Vaivai there. That's going to be clash of the Titans when those two meet.
Yeah, look at the Stingray side, and a lot of it comes from the middle, a lot of shape, how they create momentum, but also how they're able to just create room for those outside them.
So the crowd slowly building, of course. Not long now till we see the women's Premiership kicking off at 2 o'clock. So we're going to send it down to Jamal Hunt.
What a game, mate, and what a comeback from your side.
Yeah, no, we're just happy to get the two there. The rough middle period there, but we managed to claw it back, and I'm very happy with the result. I got a big week next week. I think the boys will be looking forward to the recovery and going again down in Waikato.
Started really well, got 3 unanswered tries. Then what happened? You all go to sleep, mate.
Yeah, I think we got off to a flying start. I think we can't take any team like this for granted. I mean, we've had a good run in the last 2 weeks where we made a few errors and I didn't get pinged for it, but I think this week we knew coming against Akarana they were going to get us every time, and they did, and they showed that in the back end of their first half. So yeah, I'm happy to get the 2 points there.
32-18 down. What'd you say to the boys? Because man, suddenly the comeback was all on.
Yeah, no, they got a bit of a rev up from Coach Rooks in the halftime sheds, but again, we've built the bond, and we're just happy to come over and get a 2 points against our Auckland rivals in Akarana. But yeah, wish them the best for next week, and hope we go well again. Well.
All the best, mate. Great game to watch.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, great stuff there. mentioned the rev up from Coach Ruka Loza at half week. This is County's game next week. They take on Waikato, so that game against the Vulcans going to have to wait another week. So great contest there. Plenty of plot twists and drama. You never knew who was quite going to take that one, didn't you? You thought Akarana, once they got the momentum, was it 32 unanswered points?
That's the thing about this game, when you've got athletes with ball carrying ability and ball players across the board for both sides, that momentum's hard to stop and to change. Conditions were perfect. Players really took their chances. And as a result, you got what was a very good contest indeed.
We talk about taking your chances. I'll tell you what, tonight could be the last time we see Jared Waria-Hargraves in the NRL. Crazy to think, isn't it?
Absolute legend. So let's just hope that he's on the field for the majority of the game in his last one, potentially. Maybe not his last.
Maybe not. Hopefully not. Let's send it down to our captain for the Falcons.
Well, Brody, how tough was that one?
Yeah, it was a tough grind. I think the first 20 minutes we sort of found ourselves in the trenches a bit, and sort of had to try to change the momentum around, and did that in the first half and the second 20, and then come out the gate sort of firing, and then just sort of silly errors and then back-to-back penalties sort of cost us, the game, you could say. So, but I mean, can't fault our effort. Had a bit of a rough preparation with a few boys pulling out due to injuries. I think we had a couple of boys debut, and a few of our players from last week pull out too. So I thought the effort was there, but just unlucky on the result.
And they were camped on your line there, trying to get those match-winning points. But defence was really strong.
Yeah, we were strong. Obviously, we worked hard for each other in there, and there was a few big plays that some of the boys pulled off in the moments. But just those that last one sort of killed us a bit. And with a team like them, they've got star power all over the park, and they're led around from some good middles. So there's some big boys too, and hard boys to tackle. So.
And it means a game next week against Bay of Plenty. Important game now.
Yeah, it is. I think we've made it a bit hard on ourselves with 2 losses now, and I think we've got to come up with some good couple of wins, I think, the next games. But we'll see come training on Tuesday and go from there. So.
Well, disappointing to lose, but it was a good game to watch, mate. So all the best for next week.
Sweet. Thanks, bro.
So the Falcons will take on Bay of Plenty next week, and let me tell you, this Bay of Plenty team can play for sure. They were leading 14-10 over the Vulcans at halftime, so no easy feat going there next week. And with those results from today, as you can see, Counties now 3 out of 3. Just they almost picked up their first L for the season, but they survived that one. Still sitting top of the table. Akarana, unfortunately, 2 losses now. They're going to need something special to get them back. So coming up next today, as I mentioned, just after 2 o'clock, it's the Counties Manukau taking on Akarana Falcons in the women's comp. So we will see you shortly for that one.